Go see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. Back with another edition of In This Corner, Raw Wrestling with a Kick. Or Pro Wrestling with a Kick. This is my Raw recap. I'm here. Who's calling me? Oh my God. I hate when people call me. Like, I'm busy. Raw Wrestling with a Kick. Pro Wrestling with a Kick. This is my Raw recap. Oh, I can turn that down though. How y'all feeling today? I'm just posting it. Y'all can share the show as well if you're watching. Welcome. What up, Cam? What's good, my baby? I had a meeting at 7:00 tonight, and I was also cooking. And so when Monday Night Raw came on, I saw the show. I saw the show, but I didn't hear the show. And so I went back, and that's what took me a little longer tonight, y'all. I went back to listen to the show. And hey, Mia. And I love the beginning of the show. I love the beginning from the Seth Rollins group out there to the Judgment Day segment. And I'm gonna say this now: Judgment Day may be becoming one of my favorite groups again, right? So we're gonna talk about Raw. It was setting up a lot. Seth Rollins' team, their job and objective was to take everybody out. They forgot about, hey, Brianna, they forgot about one important person that Seth will be facing this Saturday. We're priming up for Saturday night's main event on Saturday and the Evolution PLE on Sunday. AEW got All In on Saturday, which I will be at. And so it's a lot of wrestling going on. So WWE is trying to cram all these in. I'm not of the mind that they should have had all these shows in a weekend. It feels more controlling in the WWE part. Like, All In is AEW's biggest PLE. Pay-per-view. Let them have this moment. But no, you want to have yours. Okay, fine. Whatever. So, we're going to talk about tonight's show. Tonight's show had 5 matches. The first thing I noticed, they had 5 matches. They usually been having about 4 matches on Monday Night Raw. So this was really different. I understood why, because they had to get all of Seth's team on there. For me, what it felt like is they're truly setting up now the return of Roman Reigns. They are taking everybody out. They're trying to take everybody out. They're trying to clear the path for Seth Rollins. And eventually, Roman Reigns is going to come back, and he got some shit he feels to do. So I'm excited about that. I noticed at the beginning, when Judgment Day was coming in, Roxanne Perez was in front with her title, and the rest of Judgment Day was in the back. What's this foreshadowing? Is this something that they're going to do to make Roxanne the figure of the Judgment Day? So Seth Rollins and his crew, Bron Brekker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, start the show. Bron Brekker's out talking about Sami, how much he hates Sami, how much he hates everything about Sami. Then Bronson Reed start talking. He says he gained Seth Rollins' respect by giving him, hey Misa, by giving him 6 tsunamis, right? So he's going to get Jey Uso's respect tonight through a tsunami. Then Paul Heyman talks, and he mentions that Seth Rollins in the main event is going to go against Penta. He starts speaking some Spanish that I didn't know, but it made me want to get some nachos, some tacos or something. And so this was all just leading to set up the 3 matches we were going to have. Bron Brekker versus Sami. Then we had Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso. And then we had Seth Rollins versus Penta. And just set them all up that their plan tonight was to destroy them. So we got to do that. So then we go to Judgment Day, and they had a cake. And they had like a funeral arrangement. It almost felt like. And Roxanne had bought Dom a cake. Said, well, thought she did. But she didn't want to put up the thing for Liz. So Raquel, doing a great job now. She tells her, hey, you need to look out for Kairi tonight, because they were going to fight. She's fighting Kairi Sane. Roxanne Perez is fighting Kairi Sane tonight. And shout out to my brother Shotty HD. And he was like, man, I hope. He said, if Roxanne gets hurt tonight fighting Kairi, they need to go ahead and release her. Because everybody gets hurt against Kairi Sane. But she calls, Roxanne calls Raquel her partner. She tells her it's too soon. She goes over to look at the picture because they had a picture of Leah. And she hits her with the cross, with the Jesus cross, which was real funny and kind of pointed at her. After that, Dom, JD and Finn was talking about what's next. They were going to go see Adam Pearce, see what's next for them. And Dom thanks them for his cake. They both say in unison that they didn't get the cake. So when he takes off the lid of the cake, it says, get better soon, Dom, from AJ. Oh, I'm tired tonight, y'all. So then you see AJ Styles behind like a curtain or where it closes at, and he's hit Dom with the woo-woo. And Dom had this little paper like, I'm hurt, I can't wrestle. And he was looking for AJ. And so I like how they're keeping this up. They're adding comedy to this group, but this group is still dastardly. This group is still messy. It's childish. It's a real childish group. But I like it. I like where this is going. I'm almost feeling like they are turning members of this group face. Judgment Day is a group that we probably never thought was going to be face, but I can see within the next year they're going to stay together. Some of them are going to stay together, and some of them are going to be faces. Who? I'm not sure yet. So then you had your Kairi Sane versus Roxanne. I wasn't too particular about the matches tonight, but I will say that all the matches it seemed like a lot of time. They were good, solid matches. Kairi Sane ends up beating Roxanne. And after that, Raquel comes out. They jump Kairi Sane. Asuka comes out, which what that does is reunites the Kabuki Warriors. And so they end up beating them up. Eventually, they go ask Adam Pearce, like, yo, we want Evolution. So they're going to be the Raw team facing Raquel and Roxanne, which is going to face the SmackDown team of Alexa and Charlotte, which is facing the NXT team of Sol Ruque and Zarya, which I think sucks. That's probably the only one I don't like out of those four, as far as being in this match. But there's going to be a fatal four-way for the women's world title on that day. El Grande, American Made, minus Chad Gable's out there with Adam Pearce. They say El Grande had the match. Brutus was about to say to Chad Gable. With El Grande, but Ivy cut him off, and Brutus was acting real doofus-like, right? So El Grande Americano is facing Dragon Lee tonight. And that match was amazing. It was funny. It was good. Just for the simple fact that El Grande Americano recently has gotten taller. And my son thought that El Grande Americano was Chad Gable. And I had to tell him that he's not. You see the difference. Now, since you see them, they're not the same person. But we also know Chad Gable is out with a shoulder injury. Sami Zayn comes out before the El Grande match. So Sami Zayn comes out, and as he's about to get ready to face Bron Brekker, he gets jumped by Karen Cross. Karen Cross hits him again in the stomach with the pipe. And Bron Brekker pretty much squashed him. Sami Zayn had a little bit of a comeback, jumped off the ropes, got speared. Fell out the ring, ran around the ring, got speared, even though that spear didn't look good. Got put back in the ring, got speared again. And Bron Brekker tonight, first of all, I liked that him and Bronson Reed got to talk. They didn't seem just like lackeys tonight. But he's getting his character. I mean, he had his little tick thing. He's trying to do like his little Jacob Fatu thing, right? I mean, it works. It's funny. And he's getting over. They're getting over. I'm tired of seeing him fight Sami Zayn, but I understand, kind of, because I'm a wrestling fan who believes squash matches work. I don't believe that main eventers need to fight all the time. It takes the luster away. Let them fight some lower tier people. Let them get these wins, right? What up, Mr. Detroit? And so for me, yes, and eventually they said that Sammy had he's out indefinitely. So I don't know what that means as far as SummerSlam. I mean, Sammy's taking a lot of time. Sammy didn't even wrestle at WrestleMania. So Sammy's been out a little bit, So I wonder if his wife's pregnant or anything. And so War Raiders and New Day have a segment. after that. And the New Day was in their black garbs and was complaining about when they were going to get their rematch. And the War Raiders said, no, y'all was the ones that said we need new contenders. What's up, me? How are you, love? And then, well, they start arguing, so more than likely they're going to have a number one contendership match, which I'm tired of seeing. They need more. Whoop! What up, Raw? They need more tag team divisions or tag team people on the Raw side because they have a lot on the SmackDown side. And Becky comes and she says she didn't like Big E. She comes to the ring. And so she does her promo next. And so Becky's, and this was a great promo with these three women. I think it's really building the stuff. If it wasn't Io versus Rhea for the title, I would probably put this as the main event of Evolution. Becky comes, says, why does she have to fight these two losers? She's beat them. They even beat each other. They pin each other at the same time. Who does that? And so she says she should be picking her challenger as well. Bayley comes out. Before Bayley says anything or gets to the ring, Lyra comes out. And they took shots at each other. Becky was trying to stir the pot, but she didn't really need to. And Lyra, over this time, dealing with Becky, since WrestleMania, Lyra has gotten a lot better. Her woo chants are coming. I'm hearing people do her woo chants. They're cheering for her. Bayley is Bayley. So Lyra says she's going to win on Sunday. So that... and she's going to beat these two massive disappointments, right? And then Bayley snaps back, like, dude, no. And so it was so good. They punched each other. They fought. Lyra's not winning Sunday. Why is Lyra not winning? She gave Nightwing to Becky and to Bayley. But I'm going to watch that segment again. It was really good. It was really strong. They all had good points. And, you know, Lyra been eating that ass up. Like, Bayley, you selfish with this title. You don't care about friends when it comes to this title. And, you know, I'm trying to think what Bayley said to Lyra to get punched because Lyra swung at Bayley. Bayley ducked and she hit Becky. I can't remember exactly what she said, but I'm going to have to look back at it because it was very interesting. It was very good, but it was nice. Then you had your Rusev and Sheamus highlights. This was interesting. In the back, you had Bronson, Rollins, and Brekker. And Brekker wasn't looking happy. He wasn't just super happy. And they asked him what's wrong. And he said, what are we going to do about Cross? And Seth very reluctantly and passively said, he's a nobody. Nothing. They said, you know, what are they going to think? Like, I got help from Cross. So I wonder if this is going to help Cross. I wonder what is this going to be? Because now he's bleeding from Sami to Bron Brekker. How's this going to go? I like that they brought that up, though, because Bron Brekker did not just beat Sami on his own. He's had Karen Cross, and Karen Cross was out in the crowd. You saw Scarlett first early in the night, right? And now you see Karen. They're getting TV time now. I like that. They need more main eventers. You can't just have the same people. Then you had your Bronson Reed versus Jey. Typical match. Match wasn't built for anything in particular, but to hurt Jey. Jey was about to jump to the outside. Bronson throws a chair at him, hits him, I think, with 2 or 3 tsunamis, and so Jey was hurt. So they're doing their job. They're trying to take out all these wrestlers. They're trying to take out Jey, trying to take out Sami, trying to take out Penta. They've had 2 out of 3 so far. And Bronson was just destroying Jey the whole time. And this is at the point right here, I said, this is really setting up Roman's return because Seth's going to think he got a free pass. Seth thinks he's going to get him in the clip. Seth probably going to be LA Knight on Saturday, and he's going to think he's going to get Gunther, and he's not going to get Gunther. He's not going to get Gunther. He's going to get Roman Reigns. Then you had the Rio, you had an LA Knight promo. Then you had Rhea and Io backstory. Rhea has never beat Io, which lets me know that Rhea is probably going to beat her. And I also, when I connect the pieces, I don't think Asuka's going to face Io. I think that's out the question. I think Asuka more than likely is going to fight Kairi Sane because I don't think they're going to win, and I think they're going to end up brawling with each other, possibly, which is going to lead to that. So I wonder what's going to happen with Io and Rhea at SummerSlam. How's that match going to work? But I do see Rhea beating Io at Evolution for the title, and more than likely that would be the main event. Then you had your El Grande Ludwig. I put El Grande Ludwig versus Dragon Lee. I really like Ludwig Kaiser as El Grande. He was doing the kip up. He was doing the kicks. He ended up putting the little thing in his mask, just like El Grande. It's interesting. And I think the crowd likes it too. I think it's funny. And now we're seeing Ludwig not so tight because he has to try to act like Chad Gable, so he has to show a little bit more character. So I really like this part because it's fun. It's funny. Gunther comes out. So they show Stephanie Vaquer. Well, after that match, because El Grande Americano won, you saw Penta, Heyman, and Bron backstage, and they was talking about the Seto, Neto, and all that. And he had Stephanie back here. Gunther comes out. He says, he's been verbally assaulting Goldberg. We haven't seen Goldberg. And Goldberg came out. They got into it. He knocks the microphone from Gunther. He hits Gunther. He's setting him up for a spear. Gunther comes out the ring. And as much as we like to complain about wrestling, the crowds, and I know because I've been a crowd person, I like being in the crowd. The crowd be hot for this stuff. And these things do sell. And people want to see what's going to happen between Goldberg and Gunther, regardless of what we think, regardless of what we say. Then you had and then I noticed we only had 3 matches for Saturday Night Main Event. LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Gunther, and Goldberg. And who's the third match for Saturday Night's Main Event? Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. So they still need to have a 4th match. And it'll probably be a male match because we have Evolution coming up on Sunday. Then you have Penta versus Seth. What up, Grand Larson? And I sat back and I said, Penta is in a main event against Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. That's big. That's big. No matter what we think of Penta, no matter if Penta's winning or losing. First of all, he's in the main event. He's a big dog right now. They've seen what he can do, how his pop resonates. So him being in the match with Seth, and it was a pretty good match. It was a nice main event for Monday Night Raw. Of course, I didn't think he was going to win. I was like, oh, they're going to take out Penta too. Well, Seth wins. Curb stomp, Seth wins. Paul Heyman has the phone back. Gets the phone out. He calls his henchman. They finna get ready to come out. But before they get to the ring, boom, L.A. Knight, comes out there. BFT to Seth Rollins. He runs through the crowd. L.A. Knight is getting over as well. And he may, out of Sami and all them, he may be the biggest star out of the, besides CM Punk. And of course, when Roman Reigns comes back. So I definitely want to see what that's going to do, how that's going to happen. But he comes out, so that lets me know he's not winning again, right? And so he ends up in the crowd. They're chasing after him. Seth Rollins had a little hissy fit or whatnot, but LA Knight gets the best of him. I really like this show tonight. I thought this show was animated. I thought the show was fun. It still has the little spots, but I mentioned in my wrestling group, I like the Evolution card. About 7 matches. You're going to have Naomi and Jade in the street fight. You got Tiffany and Trish Stratus. You got Io and Rhea. You got the Battle Royal. You got the Tag Team Fatal 4-Way. You got the Triple Threat match. You got the NXT Championship match. I think this is going to be a solid card. Saturday Night Main Event feels like main events. All 3 of these matches can main event a PLE or have main event a PLE. So I really like that as well. And so I'm excited. We're getting close to SummerSlam. What up, the Tunnel Radio? What's up, my baby? So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about SummerSlam. I was just saying today, okay, it's time for me to post for the SummerSlam party. So get ready for the SummerSlam party. We'll probably do it that Sunday, August the 3rd. So mark that on your calendars. We're going to be here watching SummerSlam night 2. This is a 2-night event. So I'm not going to do it both nights. If I do, I'm not cooking both nights. So that's on you. It's not on me. But Raw was pretty good tonight, man. I was excited. I was good. I did like, of course, I've been having these meetings at 7 o'clock, so it's kind of been messing me up because I haven't been able to really pay attention to the beginning of Raw. You know, I'm watching it, but I'm not listening to it, so I have to go back and watch it before I get on the show. So it does take me a little longer to come and give you all my review for the night. But I appreciate y'all watching with me. Make sure y'all like the Facebook. Make sure y'all like the YouTube. If you got a comment, suggestion, or anything you want to talk about wrestling related, make sure you hit me up at Spaceship O on Twitter, on Instagram, Spaceship Oasis on Facebook, D Wild Out Radio, all that, man. We're going to see y'all this Thursday for D Wild Out Radio Thursday night house party. Myself, Go DJ Lady J Rock. I'm out this thing, man. This has been In This Corner Pro Wrestling with a Kick, your Raw recap for July 7th, 2025. Peace.
But he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me. I tried to talk to him. He ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me. I tried.